Hi, my name's Larry Reagan. I'm the facilitator for the X-Files Jam project, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our second interview with our program organizers, Dr. J.R. Ryo from Penn State and Dr. Kurt Winkleman from the Florida Institute of Technology. As we've said before, the Jam will actually be held on February 8th, 2020, so keep that date in mind. It will be in Melbourne, Florida. Gentlemen, I'd like to pick up where we left off from the first interview and talk a little bit more about the context of the Jam session. I know context is really important for getting our heads around the challenge we're going to be trying to address. We're going to be talking about 4 different technology categories and their impact on STEM education. And today I'd like to maybe unpack the first 2 of those: multimodal learning and personalized/adaptive learning. So Kurt, maybe if I can start with you, can you help us understand what multimodal learning formats even means?
Educators are trying to adjust to the new reality that their students are a lot busier than they used to be with jobs and families and just all sorts of other responsibilities. At the same time, technology gives us so many new ways to connect and reach out to students outside of the traditional classroom. So multimodal learning takes advantage of that. It simply means using more than one type of media for education. And so that can include things like obviously text and maybe lecture, but also hands-on activities, computer-based simulations, video lectures, online quizzes, lots of activities that are actually fairly common in online learning, and they're becoming more common in traditional college classrooms. Mobile learning is a big part of multimodal because a lot of these modes of learning can be accessed using a smartphone or a tablet, or it might be exercises that students do outside of the classroom.
So help me make the transition now to STEM education. What are some possibilities of this multimodal learning? How it might apply particularly to STEM education?
Some of the ways we're seeing multimodal learning used in STEM education includes a heavy use on mobile devices, but also incorporating games into education. These multiple modes of presenting scientific phenomena can help students understand some of the unseeable aspects of science, like the contents of a biological cell, or magnetic fields, or chemical bonds.
JR, the second category we wanted to talk about was personalized learning. Sometimes I've heard it referred to as adaptive learning. And I know those terms could mean different things to different people. How are you envisioning them being described for this particular project?
Yeah, we all learn in different ways and paces, and personalized and adaptive learning also helps with solving this problem, very common problem of a range of advanced, intermediate, and beginning learners in the same class. The technologies can definitely help with responding to these problems very effectively. And how nice would it be if we can all learn in our own ways and in different paces?
So it sounds to me like we can use the tools, our learning management systems and such, to gather data about the learner. So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Kurt.
Yeah.
How might these apply to STEM education, personalized and adaptive learning? Where might, or can you describe a scenario for me about what that might look like?
Yeah, maybe it's not only STEM specific, but I mean, I often have these students for sometimes just too bored just because of their preparation, and these students are way ahead of other students, and they need more challenges while others are just struggling. I mean, we see these types of things in math classes or science classes all the time. So the goal here is to help these less prepared students catch up, and at the same time challenge the more advanced students with the use of technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning, so that we can really have this win-win kind of situation in the same classroom.
I love the idea of personalizing the education, both pace and content, and even learning style. I would imagine you can be adjusted through the use of these technologies. So that's pretty exciting, multimodal learning and or personalized and adaptive learning. And I know we're going to use those as part of the context for the jam. So I thank you both for helping us to understand those a little bit. Thank you both for your insights and how this jam event might function and the information on how these technologies may impact STEM and, as JR said, even other types of disciplines. In our last interview, I want to wrap up the discussion with the two remaining technology classes, augmented and virtual reality, and of course, the hot topic, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we'll talk to you both soon about those two. Thank you for joining us.